All right, what's happening? What's happening, Facebook, man? We are back. We are live. I'm trying to see if we can do this one more time. Getting Lisa Davino back into the room so we can hit this Eater's Digest. Do you trust your gut? We're going to get into some things, man, and shed a little light, some things that some people probably didn't know. Maybe you did. But there's somebody out there that didn't know, and information is definitely key. So we're going to give this another shot, man. See if we can get Lisa to jump on with us. If when you're coming into the room, if you're just not jumping into the room, make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Like to know where everybody's watching from. Think it's real cool. We can be from all over the globe, but land right here on the same spot. Welcome back, April. Thank you for checking back in with us. Gonna get Lisa on and see if we can get this thing popping. What's up, Mandy? Thank you for checking back in. We're gonna make this happen, man. I know we have our webinars on Saturday where we kind of go into detail, since live is always trying to give us a hard time, it seems. But we do jump on Saturday, so remember that if you've already registered for the Saturday webinars that we do, talking about gut health and the issues and ways that you can actually curb. There you go, Lisa. Now it's saying that I'm able to bring you on. So without further ado, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring you on before I need to update. Here we go. Into it. Talking about, man, gut health. Gut health. Drop a one in the comments if gut health is one of your main concerns today. Drop a one in the comments. What's going on, Lisa? Thank you for joining me. What's happening?
Hey, how are you?
Man, it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. It's good to have you back on my side again. I guess it's kind of on my side. I guess we can fist bump. No. But no, we're going to get into it today. Eaters Digest today. We're basically going to break down some things. Tell it like we always do. Tell it like it is. First, I want to start off with saying that we by no means are here to diagnose or cure anything whatsoever. It's just pure for information purposes. So, especially if you're pregnant or you have any kind of medical conditions, make sure that you consult with your doctor before making any dietary changes or whatever you decide to do with your life. This is for information for people who want to better themselves as we do. So, without further ado, how are you, man? What's going on? How's the gut?
Good. Good.
That's
Much better than a year and a half ago. God is good.
Gut is good. Same with me. A lot of you people don't know that I had gut issues. For a while, I wasn't able to eat anything. Anything that I ate, it seemed like I was afraid to eat things because anything that I ate seemed like it would pretty much almost send me to my deathbed, it felt like. So I was starting to feel like I was going to have to limit everything that I ate. And when I started to dive into what was really causing me to feel this way, I started to figure out and understand that there was a lot more things that actually can come from poor gut health. And we're actually going to talk about some of those things today. I'm going to mention one, fibromyalgia. We're going to get into that. Lisa, if you want to kind of name off a few, I think you might have jotted down a few you want to touch on.
Yeah, as far as topics tonight,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed.
yeah, like Randy said, we'll talk about fibromyalgia. I wanted to also talk some about things people don't realize that are related to the gut, as far as low energy, fatigue, insomnia. A lot of people think that that's just something they have to live with or deal with, and they don't realize that that's related to poor gut health and just feeling sluggish and tired all the time. So that's something we're also going to go into as well.
Right. And getting into, I guess, the first one, fibromyalgia. One of the things with that because like I'm brand new to it, I didn't know much about it until I started getting involved with whole food nutrition. Starting to get a little, privy to what it all entails. It being a widespread, I don't understand how that works. With it being a pain, widespread pain, the symptom of pain being widespread, but most people actually have said for it to be mostly in one area, specific areas. But I heard that it can be widespread in many different parts of your body at the same time.
So a lot of times fibromyalgia is diagnosed because people go in and they have joint pain, they have pain all over their body that they can't figure out, and they don't know why. They just feel heavy. People describe it a lot of times as their bodies feel heavy, and they get like little twinges of pain throughout their body. And a lot of times, doctors will, and like Randy said, I mean, I am never talking negative about Western medicine or doctors. I'm not saying don't go to your doctor ever. And so just, to get that out there. But a lot of times doctors diagnose fibromyalgia when they really can't figure out why, and where the pain's coming from. And in Chinese, I'm an acupuncturist, so in Chinese medicine, a lot of times for us, it's toxins that are built up in the system that the body can't process through and can't get rid of. Those toxins build up in our system, and then people start to like describe that heavy feeling because their toxins are just stuck in their body. And with poor gut health, you're not able to flush that through your system and get rid of it. So healing your gut will help with the inflammation that is caused by fibromyalgia and the pain that is associated with it, getting rid of those toxins.
So it can be triggered by a stress level, physical activity. So I guess that really, with all the symptoms, I guess that's what makes it kind of hard to actually diagnose, to actually pinpoint a diagnosis on something like this, which would make sense. I mean, with it being from problems sleeping, fatigue, difficulty in even thinking clearly, things of that nature, which a lot of people look at that as normal things that go on in their life and wouldn't even think to go get checked to see even if that were the case. Yeah, I see Gwenny saying that she actually has fibromyalgia. She just posted in the comments. That's it feels like knots full of toxins that feel like knives all over. Yep, exactly. That all over pain that you just you can't really you feel more pain than you actually should. Certain things hurt that shouldn't really hurt. Man, that's painful to even think about. Like to even think about living a life. I really, yeah, Gwenny, you should actually get on our webinar this Saturday. I'm going to send you some information because I can't imagine actually living with that. With anything could easily trigger that for me. The stress or physical activity. I mean, wow, that's huge, and a lot of people don't understand that this is gut health.
Absolutely. Definitely. Healing the gut, clearing those toxins out will make a big difference. And, I feel for people who live with pain on a daily basis. I treat patients all the time with fibromyalgia. So I get it. I understand it. And there's definitely jump on our webinar on Saturday because we'll give you more information about that. I've helped a lot of patients through that and feel better.
So basically what it is that what you have more cells that are carrying pain than a normal person would have. So therefore you feel pain at a higher rate than a normal person would feel. Or man, that's and it slows it. So basically it's like you're always turned up, like you're always on the top notch, like a radio, always turned up at top notch. I just couldn't imagine. I really, Gwenny, make sure that you read. I get with you to get you that information because just even thinking about that, it just really blows my mind that that people actually are living with these type of things, and there's things that you can do to actually kind of curb it or prevent it. But we'll talk about that. But the next thing I really wanted to touch on that I heard you call out was insomnia. It's a big one for me because I had that bad insomnia, really bad. And a lot of people don't understand insomnia, and they think, oh, but you just can't go to sleep, like you're just up late. No, it's not that. Try being tired but can't go to sleep. Like you really want to sleep but can't sleep. The headaches, the migraines, all the things that come with it. Insomnia and some of it's stress caused. I'll let you kind of get into that a little bit. I'll take over a little bit because I know it was my vice for the longest. So
I know I am thankful that I've always been a good sleeper, but I deal with a lot of people that have dealt with insomnia, and it's so important to get sleep, not only for our stress levels and our cortisol levels, things like that, but our body needs to regenerate at night. So in Chinese medicine, there's two types of insomnia: people that can't fall asleep and people that can't stay asleep. So people that can't fall asleep, it is due to your gut, actually. And it's crazy that people don't think of it that way. But if your gut is not processing its food properly, you're not able to build, in Chinese medicine, you're not able to build the nutrients in your system that you need to do to have your body sleep. I will go much more into detail on that on Saturday. And then waking up in the middle of the night is due to stress. If you can't quiet down your mind. Randy, I don't know which one you had, if it was trouble falling asleep or trouble staying asleep,
I
or
had
both.
I had trouble. Well, actually, mine was both. It was weird because when I would try to take something for it, it would work in the beginning. Like I would get to sleep, but then I would wake up out of my sleep and be awake. So it's like it would give me a nap, which would only aggravate me. So that was, it was useless. But I mean that was mine, not being able to go to sleep. Um, and then when I did get tired, I was still not able to go to sleep. My body was like my body was begging me, begging me, begging me, but there was just no way possible. And I can understand the stress levels. My stress levels were extremely high at that time. So the cortisol, I can, the whole, all of that, I can see that playing a major part in what was going on with me at the time.
Well, other things too is if people have acid reflux, indigestion, things like that, if they're just not feeling well, they can't fall asleep.
Mm,
They can't, because they're uncomfortable. And I always have people prop their heads up, but you shouldn't have to sleep that way. So indigestion keeps people up all the time, or it wakes them up in the night. If they're not digesting their food and they don't feel good, they're going to wake up in the middle of the night and they're not going to get that restful sleep that they need to.
but then also you have the other side to this, which is like chronic fatigue syndrome.
Hmm.
You have chronic fatigue syndrome, and this is formed from the gut also. This is also something that comes from bad gut health, not taking care of your gut, and this is from the things that we put in our bodies. A lot of it we don't recognize. I mean, not recognize or realize the types of foods that what's in the foods that we put in our bodies. A lot of it's riddled with sugars, and we don't even realize it. A lot of people don't even care to read what they're putting in their bodies. Like that, that blows my mind. I was guilty of this. I was very guilty of this. Grab a bag and just go to work. But now when you stop and read it, it's like, whoa, what is this? I'm putting it in my body. Like they make cardboard out of this. It's like, so I mean now, but like back to the chronic fatigue syndrome though, where the symptoms of that, like a lot of people don't even realize that they even have that. They just think, oh, I'm just tired all the time. I'm just
Well, it's like patients tell me all the time, I'm winded when I climb the stairs.
mm,
I climb the stairs, or I can't go, work out the way I want to, or I can't, go play with my kids or walk my dogs
right.
and unfortunately people that becomes their way of life. They get used to feeling that way and they don't know any different. And if you're putting bad foods in your body, you are not fueling your body. You do these spikes, especially with sugar. Like Randy was saying, I was guilty of it. I think I talked about this last week. I bought a little lemonade thing at a health food store that I thought was healthy. I looked at it, 11 ounces had 50 grams of sugar in it. And, I'm thinking I'm eating something healthy. And thank goodness I read the label. So people aren't realizing when your body goes through those spikes, you're not going to fuel your body with the right nutrients, and you're not going to have the energy and to get done what you need to get done in the day.
Yeah, and that's never good. And I mean, and not only that, I mean, especially with those energy drinks. But you said you got it at a health food store, but I'm surprised it was still riddled with sugar like that. So like, which I don't trust the energy drinks at all. So
Those
um,
drinks, they bring you up and crash you.
yeah, and they just let you fall. Like I remember I used to take the 5 hour energy shot, and I would be on the road. And the craziest thing, I'd be on the road traveling, and but after it kicks in, I'm singing all the songs like a half a second too fast. Like it was like it was crazy. And I'm like, man, this can't be healthy. Like no, anything that gets me out of my ordinary rhythm is not, it's not healthy. Our bodies were. I mean, come on now, we got the best machinery, the best piece of work on the planet. Um, would it not make sense that it would be able to repair itself if properly given the proper tools to do so? I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. If sleep rejuvenates you and regenerates you, our food should be able to do the same.
Well, I say all the time, food is either medicine or it's poison. People don't pay attention to what they're putting in their bodies and what they're eating, and then they wonder why they feel horrible.
Right.
And So if you don't put the right nutrients in your body to fuel your body, whole food nutrition, you can't expect to feel good and you can't expect to have the energy to get done what you need to get done. There's no way.
No way. No way possible. And that's like they say, you are what you eat. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, it's crazy, but I'm starting to see that more now. You know, that I've changed my diet up. I'm seeing it more now. I have more life. You know, like I wake up. I still wake up with the mindset of, oh man, I'm gonna be sluggish. And then when I hit the floor, it's like, oh man, I'm up and I'm moving. And it's just so much more energy to get so much more done, you know. So like I'll start adding more onto my day just because of the way I feel. So it's making me more productive. So a lot of people need to realize that you're missing out on a lot of things in life simply because of the way you sit at your dinner table and the way and the, I mean not the way, but the foods that you sit and consume at your dinner table. Um,
Well, it's also the way you eat your foods too. You know, we eat them when we're rushed, when we're driving, when we're stressed. You know, I mean, it's just the American diet and the American way. You know, we need to really sit down and pay attention to what we're eating, and how we're living in our lives.
definitely, definitely. Chinese medicine. I mean, I love hearing all of I mean, just the amazing things that can be done through China. It's made, and I wonder why is it not universal medicine? You know, like it just makes all the sense in the world. You know, I'll be the first to admit I haven't been on any type of painkillers, any type of immune. Well, I take that back. Anything over the counter, anything pharmaceutical wise. I've on none of that, man, for the past 18 months, and I've never felt this way in my life. I did a workout the other day, and I mean, I did more than I should have done. And even after my workout, I took a shower. At first, I was a little drained, but then the next thing I knew, I was like, man, I could actually feel like I haven't done anything. So, and that's all because of my diet, and I see that just by me changing what I'm putting into my body. I see that, you know, along with supplements because you have to supplement, of course. You know, nowadays it's impossible. You have to supplement. So, I mean, I hear a lot of people say, I don't want to supplement, I don't want to supplement. I'm like, all right, you know, it's just lack of education, you know. So that's why I'm glad we're able to educate and give a little more on these lives and on our webinars.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Real quick about my health is I was on Nexium. A lot of people know Nexium for 12 years, and you're supposed to take that once a day. It wasn't working, so they had me on it twice a day. And I had every test known to man. They wanted to do an exploratory surgery on me because I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I couldn't eat anything without feeling horrible, all, you know, bloated, stomach pains, you name it. And
Mm.
as soon as I changed my diet, I haven't taken Nexium in 4 years. I haven't taken anything, but I changed my diet starting 4 years ago, but drastically a year and a half ago. And I am in the best shape of my life. I've always played sports my entire life, but I feel better. I have more energy. You know, I people tell me all the time I don't look my age. We will we won't talk about that, but I feel better than I have in, you know, 15 years. I'm running races faster than I was running when I was in my 20s,
Mm.
because I'm processing my food better and I'm having better energy, because my gut is now healed. I mean, it's crazy. And I don't ever want to go back to that. You know,
Right.
I now that I know better and I feel better, I will never go back to
Right,
that.
exactly. You know, and I wanted to. This is our second time. We did the last one, and we were like, we are gonna do one, and then it became a thing. But I'm always on my lives, and I'm telling people, raise your frequency, and you know that's my thing. Raise your frequency. It's about what you eat. You know, and I'm really serious and big on that. So I want to be able to add some value, especially on these Wednesdays in the middle of the week when you kind of get a little sluggish and you don't want to put too much into your into your diet and you just have something instead of preparing something or you know being so. I want to make sure that we step in to remind people that man, gut health is very, very important. Sicknesses, illnesses, diseases, all of these things deriving from inflammation that starts in your gut. I mean, you have to take care of the gut. So the reason why we offer this value. We jump on and you know, give this information out. And on Saturdays is our super day, Super Saturday, definitely. If you haven't jumped on that webinar yet, you need to definitely do so. We're also giving out the latest whole food solutions, the latest and greatest whole food solutions. You do not want to miss that. So definitely get with me or drop a one in the comments, and I'll reach out to you to make sure that you get registration for that.
Yeah, same for me too. You know, one for Randy, and if you're on my page, definitely we'll both be there on Saturday.
Yeah, you better be there. Oh man, but no, man, I thank you. You know, as I don't know if I should be thanking you or because since we're going to be doing it every week, I mean, so it's me thanking you every week. Well, I thank you for gracing me with your presence all the time. You know, it's always a pleasure to be able to have you around and spreading your knowledge and your cheer and your smile. So thanks a lot, Lisa.
Oh, I love being here. I love helping people for sure.
I'm the
And,
same.
you know, I want everybody to feel as good as we do.
Right, right. Well, I mean, we're not going to hold it too much longer. I just want to make sure we get that out. Definitely, if you want to check into the webinar, feel free to hit me up. Limited seating, so hit me up as soon as possible. I'm not sure what the seats look like, but I can probably make some things work if you hit me tonight or in the morning. So you guys have a good one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay humble. Whole food nutrition is the way.
Bye, guys.